We just got home about 10 minutes ago, and Matt came to the pigs to give them their snack, and they did not come running to him. They always come running to him. We moved them to their new pasture this morning. They had water. They had plenty of shade because the grass is all tall and it feels like air conditioned inside. And we found Sally dead, and he's looking for Buddy. He can't find Buddy. I'm telling him to get out of the pasture. Maybe there's snakes or something in here that got them. And he just refuses to give up until he can find Buddy. He thinks maybe Buddy's in here. What if he's in here struggling and he can help some way? All I can think of is what if it's snakes? If they had water, it's not because of the water. You know, they had shade. What has happened? And she was pregnant.
Oh no!
You found him?
Buddy! Buddy!
Where?
He's right here. He's totally stiff.
What in the world?
Buddy!
It couldn't have been something poisonous. They know not to eat stuff. They're wild animals.
Unless it was hidden and stuff there.
No.
Buddy! I could see they were going through here eating grass. I could see the paths and stuff where they've been eating and biting and pulling.
What? Look at their legs. Do you see any?
Oh, buddy.
You've got to be careful. There could be snakes or something.
Oh, there's already flies on him. I'm so sorry, buddy.
Doesn't make any sense.
I'm so sorry, buddy. What happened? Buddy. He's completely stiff. Oh. Oh my God.
I don't know, baby, but there's nothing more you can do tonight. Come on out of there, just in case. Just in case it's snakes, hon.
Where's Sally?
They weren't even together. Anything? Any movement? Cameron, go to the baby, please. Nothing?
Nothing. Oh, you poor girl. You poor girl. What happened, Sally? What happened, you beautiful pig? It had to have been something in this paddock. It's too much of a coincidence. The first day they get moved in here. We just want to give you an update on what we think might have happened and how we feel about it and where we're going from here.
We moved the pigs Saturday morning. We finished up about 10 o'clock. They were fine, they were happy, they were loving their grass. The grass is about chest high, so it was plenty shady all through there. They had their water, and we loaded up. We went to town. We didn't get back until dusk. It was probably close to 8 o'clock. Matt pumped a bunch of water for the ducks and then took the pigs their treat and called them. The pigs always come running as soon as they hear Matt with a treat. They didn't come running. He knew something was up, yelled for me. I grabbed everything, took off running to him, and then that's where you saw us finding the second pig. He had already found the first one.
So we're not 100% sure what happened. We had lots of different thoughts that immediately went through our mind, and it was already late in the evening when we found them, so it was hard to examine them. But we talked to a few people, and we got some ideas, and we've come to a kind of a close conclusion that it definitely wasn't predator. For many of you people that think it might have been a predator attack, it wasn't. The electric fences work perfectly. We've never had not one issue with predators around here, not even aerial predators, although I'm sure our day is coming. But it has come down to either that they ate a poisonous plant or they were bitten by a venomous snake. So we can go back and forth on many of the details to conclude one or the other, but it ends up always coming back 50-50.
We discovered that they had pushed their galvanized water tank into the electric fence. They would not have died from the shock of it at all. They were found completely on the other side. So if anything, maybe it was shocking them and they weren't able to get a drink.
I emailed a little bit back and forth with the president of the American Guinea Hog Association, and I explained to her that later on I discovered that their water tank was touching the fence and it was arcing a little bit. They could have potentially gone a half a day without water, but the president, she told me her pigs have knocked over their water for a whole day and gone a whole day without water before in the summer. So, you know, we didn't feel that that's what it was, because it would only been a half a day. Snake bites. We found them that evening, and rigor mortis had already set in. They were solid as rocks, and it was late and dark. I couldn't see anything. Even with the flashlight, it's very hard to see fine details. And so the next morning when we came out to check on them, I mean, it's summertime. They were already stinking. They were already hugely bloated. They were covered with flies. And as much as I hate talking about them going through that process, because I lost my hogs and they died, it was absolutely disgusting. And so being covered with flies and stuff like that, I mean, I wasn't going to go over there and handle them and turning them over looking for snake bites. I mean, I just wasn't. So
it was too late. So it was a blessing that we had moved them to the furthest spot we have ever moved them before, which is against the woods. I mean, they're still really close to the house, but they're against the woods and the furthest they've ever been.
The furthest they've ever been from the house.
Unfortunately, that's just where they have to stay until it hurts to talk about them like this, but that's where they have to stay until they decompose, and they are already about halfway done. And what's today? Today's Thursday.
They have already decomposed very, very fast. I went over there and checked. You know, and again, it is kind of gruesome, but you know, we've already come to terms with what's happened, and so now, you know, we have our family here. We're trying to start a farm. We have to be as practical as possible, and so I want to see the progress. You know, we thought about ways of disposing them. You can't dig around here. It's just not an option. This is rocky soil. You couldn't put a shovel in this ground to save your life. So digging a hole and burying them is not an option. You know, burning them, we talked about burning them. I didn't really want to burn them. I don't know. I just didn't feel right about it.
We hadn't had rain in weeks, so for me, burning was not an option.
Right. It's a little bit of a dry spell right now, even though we did get some rain today. And so the only other option was moving them, which for the limited, you know, means that we have, the option would have been using the van to drag them. I don't want to drive our van over unknown terrain because we have so many boulders and stuff. I don't want to risk damaging the transmission or puncturing the gas tank or hurting our, you know, main mode of transport. And then the pigs were already so, you know, far gone in the decomposition process that I was afraid that if I started dragging them, they were so bloated that they were going to explode and start ripping to shreds and just leave a scattered mess across the property. So we came to the conclusion that we were just going to leave them be where they were at and let nature do what nature does.
We took the fence from around them so that wildlife could get to them, and you know, the way we explain it to the kids, they don't really get it. Some of the older ones get that we don't have pigs anymore. So they asked, are you going to bury them? You know, we said that's not an option, but what about if those pigs can become a meal to some hungry other animals? You know, maybe a mommy can get some meat off that pig and take it to her babies and feed the babies with it, and they like that idea.
It was very sad, and it was even more of an emotional thing to go through than the guinea Keats were, because these were like our pets. I mean, they're like dogs, you know, they just become part of your family, and so it was hard, but at the same time, you know, Krista and I have come to terms with it, and so we're having to be now as practical as possible about what to do going forward. We're not sure yet, still, if we're going to replace Buddy and Sally, but we know we're not done with animals, and we're not done being a farm. It just We just need some more time.
We need time to think. Obviously, we need time to budget. That
Right.
was a huge blow. You know, they cost $500, and then she was due with a litter any day. And if she would have had, you know, let's say around 8 piglets at $250 a piece, that's putting us at $2,000 in our pocket. So that would have helped us, you know, continue to grow the farm and stuff. So that's a bit of a blow, and we just need to think and plan and figure out what's the smartest thing to do. I mean, eventually, yes, I'm sure we do want to get some pigs. We've had a few of the Mennonites tell us that the reason we see so many sheep and goats is because they are by far the easiest animals to have. And let me tell you, any animals that eat grass is the animal for us, because we need a live lawnmower.
Yeah, we really do. We got plenty to eat around here. We just need to get something to eat it. So anyway, you know, I hope we covered everything that you might have questions about.
So, I mean, we're all right. We still are loving it up here, and we were here to come on an adventure and a journey. And obviously, we would hope that death wouldn't be included in that, but it is. We've had other farmers email us, don't worry about it, learn from it, that they've had donkeys and piglets and chickens and all kinds of things pass away on them. And you just learn from it and you keep moving on. It's still, I mean, a gorgeous place to live, a sweet, nice place to live. The summertime is really, I mean, I can't imagine any other time of the year being as tough as summer is to get through, but we're doing it.
We got our new generator today, and it is working great. There's nothing better than getting something brand new in the box, and you pull it out, and it works on the first try. It's such a good feeling. You know, but yeah, the generator's working right now. Fans are going in the house, keeping us cool, and so we're doing good. It was a nice cool day today, nice and overcast, so it was a nice break from the 100-degree heat.
106 to 108 degree heat we've been having. It was nice to have that generator now and stop using the van, because we were running the van like most of the day and all night long because we just needed some kind of breeze in that cabin. So we're happy to have the generator running and not be using the van. It was really weighing on us that we were putting that much stress on the van. You know, sometimes it was running for, it felt like almost 24 hours straight. Chose to go ahead and get the generator because we just didn't feel like budget-wise we were going to be able to get the solar soon enough. And we wanted to stop using the van, so we went ahead and got a generator.
Even though we wanted to go ahead and get solar, which we'll see what happens, but we're getting into the end of July, about to go into August, and then next thing you know, it's September and October. So budget-wise, even though we wanted to do solar next, our next project might be getting the chimney pipe installed for the wood-burning stove, and then of course finishing the insulation inside the cabin before winter comes.
Still have some insulation left and some flooring left and some wall materials, so we're going to just try and work with the materials we already have, finish those up, and then see where we're at. Okay, so it is, what is today? Today is Thursday, and it is like, I don't know, 145 degrees out here or something. We're all loading up. We're gonna run to the post office and just try and cool off in the AC for a bit. But Matt just poured some water on the ground for the pigs to make them a little muddy area and told me I had to come see them. Oh, wow, you guys are muddy, but does that feel good? They weren't laying in it until I came. They think I have food. I don't have any food, you pigs. Oh, look at that. Does that feel good? So, people say to get the pigs a pool that way because they like to cool off. But Matt thinks if we get them one of those plastic pools, they're just going to break it and stuff, and we haven't taken the time to look online yet. But they like this a lot. Is that cooling you down? Now you look like real pigs. At least we know it's just mud and not a bunch of poop. Oh, that feels good. I don't have any food. Don't get up. Don't get up. I still don't have any food. Alright, it's too hot. I gotta go. Have fun. And he just gave the ducks some fresh water. These hot days, they're going through water really quick. So since the lake is overflowed right now anyways, we're gonna take a couple buckets down and get a few buckets full to fill up their little pool they have with. We're loaded up, getting ready to go for a drive to cool off. Let's see what the inside temperature says. Looks like it's pushing 100. We have been running the fan from pretty much since 10 o'clock when Matt came in from cutting the grass until now. We are getting ready to go drive. We don't like using the van to run the fan because it just costs more money. But we're not going to have the kids, you know. I guess we're just not going to let everybody get that hot if we think it's that bad. We usually try and just run it for about 2 or 3 hours to cool it down before bed, and then Matt will get up and turn it off. Hey puppies, are you ready to go for a drive and cool down? Huh? Are you ready to go for a drive? Ready? Go out there and show me how you spin in your beautiful dress. Okay, right there. Show me. Spin. Beautiful, Kara. It's pink. Now you got a pink shirt on and a blue dress. Blue dress and pink shirt and pink shoes.
Hold on tight. Hold on to the bars. Okay, now the load balance because I'm heavy and over here. You guys are with. Okay, you ready?
No, Gimpy!
There's clearly a pecking order around here.
Go ahead, get that poo-poo off of you. Guys are trying to put the ducks and geese up for the night. It's pretty funny to watch, but they don't like you watching or taking video of them doing it. Matt, I'm sure will edit this out, especially if it shows him running around. Hey hun, you better not delete that footage of you chasing the ducks because I risked my life barefoot to get it. What are they doing now? We are getting ready to paint while the kids are right out here in the nice cool van parked in the only shade we have watching a video. It is 6:30 in the morning, and this is the temperature inside the cabin. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock, and the kids are out here, and they have just discovered the blackberry bush, so they're having a little pre-breakfast.
Right here, you know.
Kevin, what are you doing? It's Sunday morning. We just moved the ducks. Last night was when we discovered Sally and Buddy not alive anymore. It's weird, we don't know what we're thinking, we don't know what to feel. But we still had to continue last night and get kids ready for bed, give ducks water, and just keep going. Matt and I both didn't sleep really good last night, just thinking about the pigs and what we did wrong. It's definitely got us questioning everything. Guys, what are we gonna do?
We're gonna get on the roller coaster and next get on the other ride.
Where are we at?
Yeah, fair.
Have you ever been to a fair before?
No!
You have, Campton?
No, we didn't. Mommy.
Okay. Oh, you dreamed about it.
Yeah!
All right, everyone stay together.
At what point?
You have to hold a hand.
But there's already a problem. Come on.
All right, their first time. Woo! Yay, Campton!
Wait, Captain. You're gonna have a race. Whoa, Jason! Woo! Oh! Hi, Kevin. Come on, Kevin. Whoa!
Hi, Kevin. Did you okay, buddy? Hey, you did it! What do you think?
That fun? It was freaking you out.
Bobby, go puke over in the grass.
Cameron said, I think the one on the right is something from Star Wars.
Hurry up, we're trying to see the horses.
Outstanding facility.
Have to see the horses.
Gonna sell approximately 140 horses.
Homemade ice cream.
Somewhere around 15.
Gary, you want to give the baby a bite? There you go. Oh.
Because for only in America can we participate in the great sport that we know so well as the rodeo. But I would like to ask, oh Father, when we all make that last and final ride that we're all going to make someday, will you tell me the grass is growing lush and green and the water's running so crystal clear? You'll meet me there, Father, and you'll tell me my fees have already been paid. And these things I pray in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen.
Remain standing for your national anthem. Well, we'll follow me in, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, I welcome you to the sport of rodeo. We are sanctioned by the Arkansas Cowboys Association here tonight. We will present to you some of the best timed event contestants throughout the state of Arkansas. Come over into border states of Mississippi, Tennessee. Thank you for your generous donations. Praise coming through. Oh, John, Indian Nation. Sit down, look out, Ochoa. Dusty Star Cars, come see me again. I'll put you where it's nice.
Can't take it down. Can't take it down.
The color jack and a nice little pattern. I want you to reach and I want you to pull. Look out, don't be out of the line. We're not, and we're going to be the money stock. Come on, Chase. He's trying hard. Come on, rodeo fans. We get a little bit. Woo! I think we're good. He's smart at the bird, and now make him fit. We're going to win a camp up behind here. Travis Turner's going to take a hold. We're going to flank time. Watch this all horse work now. it was